What's what's going on, folks? This for Gazy TV. It's your boy Mono Black. Today is Sunday down here in South Florida. Today was a beautiful day, a sunny day. Didn't rain. You know, went to the pool a little bit with the kids and played and ate. The kids enjoyed themselves. You know what I mean? I feel good as a parent. But I was thinking today, man, I have 4 kids and my kids are privileged, man. I mean, since birth they've only known their mom and dad to own a house. You know what I mean? Growing up, my mom was a single mother, and she rented. You know, they went from being in a townhouse to now being in a 5-bedroom house with a pool. And I remember my move when I was, with my mother. I moved from apartment B to apartment A. Literally, I just moved up front. I went from the back to the front. I went to the pool. I remember playing Optimus basketball, at the age of, what it was, about 13, 14, and our coach took us out of town and we was staying at a hotel, so I got a chance to play in the pool. Man, they got a pool right out back, man. And then when I think a little bit further, like, they've been to Disney, man, almost like 100 times. They've been to Busch Gardens. They've even been to Atlanta and probably may go on some other trips too across the country. And I was like, damn, when I was little, all I knew was the block. You know what I mean? I probably went from street A to street B and C, but never like across town. You know what I mean? Never anywhere far. And I'm not complaining, it's just, dang, how different that life turned out to be. And I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy that they get to experience things that maybe their dad and their mother never experienced. Hopefully, like, maybe later in life when they have their kids, they could probably do a little bit more than what mom and dad couldn't do. I mean, they're around peace and quiet. I mean, there's no gunshots, there's nobody yelling out here. There's not a lot of people walking around in the streets. There's no gangs out here, no cliques. I mean, I remember my first night in the hood, hearing like 20 to 30 or maybe even 40 gunshots. You know what I mean? Being told, hey, let's get down, by my mother, all the gunshots. I mean, I don't expect any of their friends that they know now to be gunned down. Like, there's a lot of friends I went to like elementary with, middle school with, and when I got into to high school, maybe around 10, 11th grade, you know, these kids that I grew up with was gunned down. You know what I mean? Like, it was one day, probably disgusting, but I was thinking like, oh, we used to share candy, we used to share sodas, waters, in some cases even girls, which is crazy. But yeah, and then one day, man, you grew up with this person your whole life, for most of your life up until that point, and just one day, man, you hear, they're gunned down. So I don't think they'll be around anything like that. You know what I mean? No violence. So that's a good thing, man. I think in life, we always supposed to strive for better. Like if I make it to a certain level, you make it to the next level. I hope I teach them about confidence and always not settling. I hope they never settle. I hope they go out and achieve their dreams. I hope they dream big. I hope, God will bless me to, give them that foundation to where they could reach for higher and better things, you know what I mean? I pray they don't get stuck on stupid stuff that don't mean nothing, you know what I mean? Hopefully they could see past all the little games and all the little things that people, like a majority of people, take serious, that knocks them off their path, cause them to not be able to concentrate on what is important. I hope they pass that point, man, and realize, what's important. A lot of other things, I didn't get taught as a youngster, credit and, building a business, investing and stuff like that. Right now I'm trying to invest heavily, because, once you get a little bit older, you see the way the world is ran, you know what I mean? Especially here in America, you know what I mean? People will take 10, 20, 30,000 and flip it into, 100, 200, 300,000 just by investing. I've been trying to push day trading on them, even though they're young. Hopefully I have the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm trying to push on them to at least read. You know what I mean? I'm an open-minded type of person. I don't believe school is the end-all be-all. I think, sure, school could give you knowledge, but going back to my school days, middle school, elementary, and high school, I mean, the majority of stuff I learned on my own. I mean, I feel like the only time I was even taught by a professor is probably in college. I had great, the majority of them, I had great college professors. They were challenging. They opened my mind to critically think. I mean, I always was a critical thinker, but you know what I mean? I just was grateful that they didn't just hand anything to me. They made sure my mind was being exercised. My mind was, being active and being challenged. So, I'm not gonna push school to them as the end all be all. I mean, especially now that, when I first started, the corporate ladder, I saw people that were in professions that didn't even have college degrees. You know, I remember I was talking to some lady. She was an accountant, and I was like, yeah, you know, you probably had to take all these business administration classes, these accounting classes and stuff like that. And she was like, nah, not really. I was just working, and I met someone, and they they started to believe in me, and they brought me in and taught me the skill, and I've just been working as an accountant, you know, for my whole life. I'm like, wow. I mean, some professions you need a degree in, but the majority of the time is employees just want to know if you could actually do the job and do it at a high level. You know, that paper don't really mean anything, because I was in you know, in some hard classes in college, and I mean people were cheating. I mean, it doesn't mean that person gets 100% on the test, that they actually know what they were doing. You know, the good thing about me is that I always loved the challenge. I always wanted to know, if I failed, I failed on my own. If I passed on my own. You know what I mean? If I got 100 on an exam and I know I, you know, had help, I probably wouldn't. I probably couldn't live with myself, because I know that wasn't me. Because eventually that catch up. You know, you can't have all these good grades and then you join a group and they're discussing things that you should know or you should be really good at, and then the next thing you know, you can't even provide answers or provide, you know, logic to say, okay, well, you know what, that guy knows what he's doing. So, you know, I'm grateful. So, I mean, school is a foundational thing for me. You know, there's always businesses, investing. I hope my kids start investing even before they get to 18. Hopefully, you know, I try to put them on to how credit works. You know, there's a couple of books that I've purchased on Amazon. I will purchase some more to get them to understand how, you know, business is done in America. I think us, you know, should be pushing, you know, this curriculum to our schools and our communities. You know what I mean? But I get it. I get why they would want you to, or I guess why they would teach you to work for someone else. Because, I mean, there's not a lot of leaders, and there's not a lot of creative people, and there's also creative people that won't take that chance. They won't invest or put money on themselves to say, you know, I believe in myself. I could get to this point in life. So, you know, if the majority of the people are not, you know, gonna get to that level, why waste our time and teach how to get to this level when we know the majority of people won't take it, right? I could be wrong about that, because, you know, you never know until you actually try it. But there are books out there are seminars, there are people on YouTube that are giving game advice on how to make it, you know, make it in different ways. And the majority of these things are legit, but, you know, people don't People don't actually take that initiative to just jump, and just try. People are afraid. And I hope I don't instill any kind of fear in the kids, man. I want them to always be like, we always want a place with a pool. We always want a place with our own room. You know what I mean? I pray that's something I pray for. I mean, if they work for someone, I hope that's fine too. I hope it's something that's worthwhile and something that makes them happy. Now I work for someone, and I'm happy. I'm just not happy. I'm okay financially. I'm not happy financially. I would want to do bigger and better things with them. We haven't left the country yet. I would love to leave the country, not plan it 3-4 years in advance and saving money to go there. I just want to be able to say, hey, I'm going XYZ next week. I could go in my funds, pay that money, and we'll be able to go. So I guess, hopefully they'll have that kind of mindset to be like, yo, I'm not gonna settle. There's always more to this life. There's always more to this life. Yo, our kids are privileged, man. They're privileged, man. Their life is awesome. You know what I mean? As parents, you provide that extra layer of, for all the incoming, the bills and stuff like that. They don't get to see that. They don't get to see the struggle and stuff like that. All they get to is, Daddy, I'm hungry. Mommy, I'm hungry. Daddy, let's go to the pool. Daddy, let's buy me a video game. Daddy, buy me this. Daddy, get this. I mean, but they're not even concerned about the money that goes into, hey, buying that video game, buying that console, buying these shoes. I mean, they watch YouTube every day, and there's always these merch. Daddy, I want this merch. There's this thing you click it and it makes some kind of noise. I bought them fidget spinner. Remember fidget spinner when that thing was a craze? I bought them fidget spinners. Maybe 10 to 20 of those. I mean, I've been buying them shoes crazy. Not just cause just not buying a lot of shoes, but they just grow out of them. The clothes they grow out of. I'm always doing laundry, stuff like that. I mean, I used to, even speaking on laundry, I used to walk to the corner laundry with my mother. We used to be in a Charlie. My mother doesn't drive. We call him a Charlie. We would put clothes on the Charlie and walk, 4 or 5 blocks to do laundry, fold the laundry there, and then put the clothes back on the Charlie, and then bring it all the way back. So we didn't have a car, we didn't drive. They have a washer and dryer within the house, right? Like, they don't know what a laundromat is. Think about that. That's crazy. They don't even know what a laundromat is. They don't know about walking blocks, going to like Winn-Dixie or Publix, and then walking back with the groceries in your hand. They've always been in a car, man. They get picked up from school in the car. They go to the park in the car. They go to Publix, Winn-Dixie in a car. Damn, I used to walk everywhere. I used to walk miles, man. Miles. Groceries to walk. When we had to go see any kind of lawyers we had to walk. The beauty supply store we had to walk. The laundromat we had to walk. Yeah, damn, we had to walk everywhere, man. So, I hope I do the best with the kids, but man, I hope they grow up and be like, yo, man, dad and mom did their best. You know what I mean? Hopefully they're like that. I guess the moral of this one is, man, these kids, their life is great. You know what I mean? Their life is great. I had to go to school where people would get their face slashed and there would be like big old fights. Man, somebody cursing their school and that's it. It's done. Like, it's over. You're suspended indefinitely. I mean, my school, we used to take fire extinguishers and set them off. We made teachers cry. A few teachers got hit, physically attacked a few times. You know what I mean? And damn. Yeah. There's no fighting. I haven't heard, like, they've been in schools, the oldest being in 5th grade now, I haven't heard one fight at his school. You know? At this point, we had like hundreds of fights, you know, in elementary. Yeah, we was having fights in elementary. In middle was worse. We got to high school, that was even worse. So, I mean, kids need to give thanks, man. Thanks for, the things that parents go through to give them a better life, man. I hope they always, reflect on that. Hope they don't trip because you couldn't give them something that costs $700 or $800. I mean, they have AC. I'm just thinking about it, AC. Man, I didn't have no AC. We had an AC unit there wasn't no central AC. Man. Now if they at anyone's house where there's no AC, they're complaining. Oh man, let's go. We gotta go. Man, when I was growing up, we rarely had central AC, man. Rarely had central AC. That's crazy. Anyway, man. That's today's blog. Probably jump on here tomorrow, something like that, with the rest of the fellas. And hopefully one day I'm gonna show you guys my pepper plants, man. Born from the hood, but I wasn't, as you say, hood. I was raised in the hood, but I'm not hood. But I'm into pepper plants now. I got pineapple. Hopefully one day I'll show you. Got coconuts planted. Got an eggplant. I got a tomato that's growing. Got a few. I have a jalapeno plant. A couple of other pepper plants that I'm growing. Hopefully I can show y'all those. As they grow, man. Anyway, man, I'm checking out. It's your boy, Mono Black Fugazi. Drop some comments, subscribe, like, share, do all that good stuff. Hopefully you could grow this channel, man, so I can take care of these 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids. Man. I gotta take care of all of them, fam. All right, Fugazi TV, check it out. Peace.